guys, welcome back to another video. In this video we're going to be talking about stickers. So I decided that after I did my notebooks that I was going to do my stickers, and some of my clips that you're about to see I recorded last week.
Studio. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to print out my sheet of stickers that I made that I've been using, but I haven't posted on my Etsy shop. So that's what my goal is. And let's see. So we're going to go File, Merge. That's how I import everything into my Silhouette Studio. And note that I do have, actually you can't see it, just one second, don't mind my ring light. I do have the Silhouette Studio Business Edition. So I think it was like $50, but it's not bad. So I have a file, it says Silhouette Files. And so I was saving it to the library, but I think I ran out of space or something. It's a lot better for me to do it this way. It's already sized how I want it to be. So I'm just going to go over here and set up my page, which I like to have my registration marks on so I can make sure everything is lined up how I want it. I'm probably going to move them over just a tad. Let me make sure that's okay. Okay. So I turn my registration marks on over here. And then all of that's already set up. I don't touch really anything with that. I do have show my cut border, show my print border. I mean, I don't see. Oh, okay. I see. I don't really need that. Okay. So that's all I do. And then we're going to come over here, hit send, which I have everything plugged up. So you see all this red, it gives me anxiety looking at all this stuff, because literally it will cut everything, like all these little words out. But yeah, we're not doing that. We're going to go to line. Okay, so now my border, I color coordinated this before I brought it over to this. So I already made this this design. Like, my images are from Etsy. The wording, I did them in Silhouette, and then the borders around the images, I put them on in Silhouette, which is why I love Silhouette. I can do all of that, but my images, I imported them into the Silhouette Studio. So my sheets is what's here. It'll cut, I don't want it to cut the border first, but it's purple, and then the actual design will be cut in it's outlined in black. So I want it to cut the designs, the stickers first, and then the border. So I'm just going to drag this down. So now this is the order it'll cut in. It'll do the images first and then the border. And then this is like the invisible line. So, which this isn't a tutorial on how to use Silhouette Studio. I'm just showing you guys what I'm doing today. But there is some things I didn't want printed out. So it has this border, and we're going to call it the imaginary border. So it won't print it unless I check it, and then it'll be crazy. Okay, so now we're going to go here, and it says awaiting connection. Sometimes you can like set it up on your own. Okay, auto blade, because I have a portrait 3. So I'm just going to go ahead and set it up on my own, and auto blade, and cut, and auto blade. Now, just because I did all this doesn't mean that it's all ready to go, because it still says it is unavailable. So what I'm going to do is turn off my machine, turn it back on, Just gonna exit out of here. And then let's see. So I'm just gonna check my settings while I'm waiting for it to communicate. All right, so this says sticker paper. I think I put this border in, I'm not sure. Okay, so for my stickers, I wrote it down. My actual border. I have a speed of 30, speed of 5. Okay. I don't know how that got mixed up. We're gonna hit save. Alright, so now I gotta figure out how to get my stuff to... So it's been a minute since I've used it. So sometimes when it has, this is what happens. But sometimes you have to unplug it, plug it in. There's so many things you have to do, but when it cuts perfect. So this isn't not perfect, but it cuts well. So I'm not complaining too much. Alright, so I'm gonna fix this and then let you guys know what I did. Either way, I hadn't had to do anything to my portrait since I gotten it. This is like my first time like having like issues that weren't like something like an easy fix. So, okay. So some of the problems that I had this time around that I don't normally have when I use my Portrait 3 is that it didn't cut all the way through. Like it had cut the sticker until it got to the top of the sticker, which these are like the ones that I made. I don't know when I made them. I think this was before I had to order new paper. So just to kind of give you guys, these are the ones I kept because I could use them. So just to give you guys an idea, let me find one that was somewhat messed up, like this one, for instance. If I give the camera time to focus. Okay, so this one right here. Okay, well, that kind of defeats the purpose, but my point is where it's it attached to the top of the sticker, like up here. It wasn't easy to peel off, and it wasn't it was stuck at the top, so I had to like pull it off, which if you're trying to sell stickers, you want your customers to be able to easily peel the stickers, and you want them to come off like they're supposed to. And then let's see. Oh, like here's another one, which, let's see. Sorry, my dog is barking in the background. But this is another one where it was like adhered. So, okay. But the point is, it's not doing what I wanted to do. Maybe this was a good sticker sheet. Hence why everything, I don't know why I put a little dash on it then. Nevertheless, yeah, that was one of the problems. Or I couldn't like peel it off easily. So like this one, like typically if I do this, the head should pop up, and in here it didn't. So I couldn't peel it. So I'm like, what the freak? But then if I take it up from the top, it lifts up, but then I would have to tear that. So that was that issue. And then there was another issue where it wasn't cutting right across one of another sticker. So So yeah, so it's never done that before. Then I started to mess with my settings, so I never really do that either, because once I figured out the settings that I needed, I didn't have to. I mean, it worked like golden. It was just I could, yeah, just keep on. I didn't have to do anything. Like that's why I like my silhouette portrait for my stickers, because and once I made this, figured out the settings for the type of paper that I buy and the type of stickers that I wanted, I didn't have to tweak it anymore. So I was kind of surprised when it started doing stuff like this. So I went through, I think I had like 10 sheets, 15 sheets of paper. So I went through 10 to 15 sheets of paper before, you know, trying to figure it out, trying to tweak my settings. And before I was like, what the heck? You know, I wasted all this paper. You should see my paper shredder. I have to actually empty that. It would be a good idea to do that. But yeah, like I had so much, I went through so much material. Like it's so expensive when you are crafting in general, but when you do paper products, like it's, especially when you buy a sticker paper that costs a little bit more, like it's expensive. Um, so yeah, so of course I only had 15 sheets left. I ran out of paper. And so I don't normally, I don't know if I ever told you guys what paper that I use, but I get my sticker paper from Online Labels. So I really like, so I like theirs is because one, I buy the weatherproof sticker paper, and I buy it because I like the way my printer prints on it. So like sometimes when you're doing stickers, like if you're worried about like the colors or if it comes out too dull or not vibrant enough, a lot of times it's the paper. And so I did tweak my settings and figure out my settings for my printer, but I also went with this sticker paper because it was I tried it out first, and my colors came out pretty good. So yes, so then I tried to tweak my blade settings, but the settings, it didn't matter what I changed them to. It wasn't cutting right. And like I said, my usual settings weren't working at all. So then I'm like, okay, well I haven't changed the blade out on it, and since I got it, so I knew that was a problem. One, it wasn't cutting all the way through like it used to. Two, it was cutting too deep when I was tweaking my settings. Three, I ran out of paper. Four, my usual settings weren't working. So then I'm like, okay, it must be my blade. And I even like try to clear out some of the old shavings, because another thing with the sticker paper that I buy, it has a lot of like dust it leaves behind. So yeah, so I was like, okay, got my little blower here and try to get rid of some of that. So yeah, so then that didn't work. So now, how did I fix my problems? Well, I ordered more sticker paper. That was easy. Expensive, but easy. And then I ordered some new blades. So like, first of all, who doesn't use Amazon nowadays? So I prefer to get a lot of my stuff on Amazon because one, a lot of times it can get here like the next day, depending on what it is. It can get there like same day. And I feel like it's cheaper. I go into the stores, I'm just like, what the frick? Like, I don't want to spend all this money. So anyway, nevertheless, it's not an Amazon ad, but I'm just saying I love Amazon. So anyways, I got 3 blades for less than 40 bucks. Let's see. So I got 3 blades. One is in the silhouette or the portrait. And then I got these 2. I got 3, but I have 2 backups, which that lasted, I don't even remember when I got my silhouette. I can't remember if we were moving to Texas or not. But nevertheless, let's just say it lasted a year, so that's not bad. And I only cut stickers out with it, so that's actually pretty good. So I got 3 of these for less than 40 bucks. I will put my link down below. And if you guys, you know, purchase through my link, I will get a commission, but it doesn't change the price for you. So anyways, appreciate if you use my link, but if you don't, that's okay too. But yeah, so that's what I got. It came in a package of 3. And then what else? And and changing it out was like super easy. I didn't do a video on that because I myself had to look it up how to switch it out because I've never done it before on a portrait. So I had to look that up, but it was really easy, really simple. Like, it's an auto blade. It literally just sits off in there. So yeah, so that was easy. So I did that, and then once I got the blade in there, I did cut some sticker sheets out with it, and it was like, it was alright. It wasn't like perfect right away, which was really weird because I was expecting it just to go back to its usual self, but it didn't. But I did get a couple sticker sheets. What it was doing was it was cutting, okay, I'm moving around a lot. So it was cutting the first sticker sheet like so, but then the second sticker sheet was perfect, which I tend to do my sticker sheets like side by side on the paper. I get two because I have the portrait, so it's smaller than a cameo, so I try to do like two of the sticker sheets on the same paper to save paper and ink and time. so so yeah, so it didn't cut the first one right, but it cut the second one right. So I'm like, okay, what the world? So I did a couple sheets, and then I decided maybe it just needs to rest. It needs to think, you know? So then today, was it today? Yes, it was a today that I decided to go back through and to redo my offset on this. So what I like to do that helps the machine do what it's supposed to do is we're going to put an offset on. My offset is set at 0.0545. So the image in here is set to invisible, so it won't cut the image. So I put the offset kind of close around, and then I make this black because that's my color coding thing. And then I go here, make this white. And then I'm going to go ahead and group it already. And then I'm going to put another offset around it. We'll make that white as well. And then we'll Invisalign that second order. And then we're going to group it. So what that does is when the machine goes to cut, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. So what'll happen is when the machine goes to cut, if it cuts kind of off by a little bit, it'll still have a white border. And so yeah, so it'll still go around. It'll only cut this black line. So so I replaced my Silhouette blade. I have a Portrait 3. Yeah, Portrait 3. And there's not a lot of stuff that's specific for the Portrait 3. So a lot of things I had to use was either for the Portrait 4, which is the auto blade, which I will include at the link down below, where you can get like 3 of the blades on Amazon for like less than $40. And yes, it's an affiliate link, but it doesn't change the cost for you. But if you buy through my link, then I will get a commission. But nevertheless, I'm going to link it down below. Let me back this up a little bit. I use these boards to cut to. I don't even know if that's the one that comes with the Silhouette when they send it to you. I got my Silhouette cameo or portrait, my portrait off of Amazon as well. So I can also link that below. And then I have, let's see, I wanted to show you guys one more thing while this is up close. So as you can see, this is one of my messed up ones from last night. And don't mind the clothes. Okay. So this is one of my messed up ones from last night. And the problem with it is that it cut off. I want to say, look at this one. Well, this one didn't even cut well. But you see how it's like off-centered. This one didn't even cut well. This isn't one I'm going to sell. Actually, none of these did. Well, some of them did. No. No, this must be one that I did with my... Only thing that cut well was the ebook one. Sometimes, like... Yeah, these didn't all cut well. That's annoying. But you see how it's... So, yeah. So... Anyway, that's gonna fix that. I'm glad I saw that. I'm not, this isn't one of the ones I was gonna list on Etsy. This is actually one that I marked off to the side that I messed up. So anyway, so that's a little trick. So after that, I was able to redo my sticker sheet and rearrange it a little differently, a little less things on there. And, and it all cut perfect. Like, it peels perfect. I didn't have to change like any settings. All of my settings are the original settings for what I wrote down for what I need for the type of sticker paper that I have. So adding the extra layer of an offset, it allows for if the machine cuts off just a little bit, like, you shouldn't be able to tell, or it won't affect it too much. So yeah, so I went through all of that just to... I think in the beginning, if I would have known to just switch out my auto blade, I could have saved myself materials, time, and yeah. And I feel like too, like, I try to be more consistent with YouTube, and so I feel like when I'm trying to record myself doing my crafts, I tend to run into a lot more issues, which, I mean, in a way, it's a good learning thing, you know, a good learning experience, but at the same time, it's like, what the frick? Anyway, yeah, I wish I didn't have to spend all that time, but anything that I can do to help the masses. So, if your portrait is acting up for some odd reason and it was working just fine and all of a sudden now it's not cutting right, blah, 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 check your blade. Maybe you got to change your auto blade. Maybe, you don't know. I don't know. But that could be one of the issues. I will say though, a Portrait 3 is so much better to use than a Cricut when it comes to printing stickers. Like, when I say, like, it's so much better. Like, yeah, you do have your issues with Portrait. I haven't had many issues. This was my first major issue. I haven't had any alignment issues. I think I might have tried to, I don't think I've ever had to align it necessarily. When it wasn't acting right at one point or time or another, I think it was like a month ago or so, my laptop was due for an update, so that was my fault, and didn't work perfectly. Like, I don't have a lot of issues using my Portrait 3, whereas my Cricut, I won't even give it a time of day when it comes to my print and cut, just because, like, I've had so many issues with Cricut and print and cut. So I only use my Cricut for vinyl things or anything that is not related to stickers. So my Portrait 3 is only for stickers. So so maybe that is a reason too that it does better, because I don't use it for anything else. But so yeah, so today, I ended up making some stickers that I probably need to take pictures of and post on my Etsy store, Shonnie's World. And then I also made some address labels earlier, and those cut out just fine, and they peeled just fine. Like I love my Portrait 3. I can also share the link below if you want me to, where I got my Portrait. I did get it on Amazon, and it came with, like, I have an unboxing video, which I can link, like, in the video at this point. But yeah, I did an unboxing with it, but it came with, like, a cutting mat. It came with a cutting mat. I don't think this was the one, because I just got another one of these too. But it came with the cutting mat, and then the machine itself and everything. So
I didn't get any extras, or you know how sometimes they send it in like a whole pack of things. Like, I literally got this machine for stickers. Actually, I literally got my Cricut for stickers. That's the crazy thing. Like, I get things for specific things. Does that make sense? I don't know. Anyways, but this is the brand that I use for. It's called Nicapa, and they're pretty affordable, but they're for the Portrait 3. Only thing, they're super sticky, and so I do try to, like, you know, get the extra stickiness off of it. But I think I did it too much with this one because I just got this one, and I mean, it still sticks, but trust me when I say, when they initially come to you, they're like super sticky, like super sticky. Yeah. Anyways, so my results of today were great. I'm happy I finished this video. Yeah. Now I gotta go edit it. Yeah, if you don't have a Portrait 3 and you do stickers, what are you waiting for? And the design studio is so much better than Cricut's design studio. It's a learning curve, but you could do so much more, especially if you do stickers. You can do so much more with your images, you know, adding the offset, telling it what to cut. And it's once you get past the learning curve, like, it helps, like, you won't even think about it. Like, yeah, it's pretty seamless. Like, I don't know everything that silhouette design can do, but what I do know, I can do well. So anyway, so that's the end of this video. I will stop chit-chatting, and yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And yeah, I look forward to my next video.